She says she really broke poor like me. Don't believe in nothing but the Almighty. Just a little jeans and a pure whitey. She never did forever be nobody wifey. Yeah. She told I mean a pretty but your heart is a mess. Play you like a villain cause she caught in a way. Tonight I am walking away. Like up my mind and I cry, yeah. Tonight I might fall in love. Depending on how you hold me. I'm glad that I'm calming down. Can't let no one come control me. Keep dancing and call it love. She fights it by falling slowly. If ever you are in doubt, remember what mama told me. Brown skin girl, that skin just like pearls. Your back against the world. I never tried you for anybody else. A brown skin girl, that skin just like pearls. The best thing in all the world. I never tell you for anybody else.
It's like a trophy when Naomi's walking. She needn't ask her for that pretty dark skin. Pretty like a Peter when the camera's closing. Trip broke the levee when my Kelly's rolling. I think tonight she might pray her pray. Melanin too dark to throw her shade. She minds her business and winds her ways. Roll like 24K. Okay.
Tonight I might fall in love. Depending on how you hold me. I'm glad that I'm calming down. Can't let no one come control me. Keep dancing and call it love. She fights it by falling slowly. If ever you are in doubt, remember what mama told me. Brown skin girl, that skin just like pearls. You're back against the world. I never tried you for anybody else. A brown skin girl, that skin just like pearls. The best thing in all the world. I never tried you for anybody else.
Have you looked in the mirror lately? Wish you could trade eyes with me. Cause there's complexities in complexion, but your skin is glow like diamonds. Take me like the earth, you be giving birth to everything alive, baby, know your worth. I love everything about you, from your nappy curls to every single curve, your body natural. Same skin that was broken, me, same skin taking over. Puts things out of focus, you, but when you're in the room, they know it's you. Cause you're beautiful. Yeah, you're beautiful. Your men, them gon' fall in love with you in all of your glory.
Thank you for that inspirational day. Now we will have Black History and Sport. Wilma Rudolph, Jackie Robinson, Lynette Woodard, Kobe Bryant, and Serena Williams.
I was born on June 23rd, 1940 in St. Bethlehem, Tennessee. My nickname was Skeeter. Due to my disabilities, I couldn't be able to walk and run. In 1956, I overcame my disabilities and was able to compete in the Olympics. 1960, I was the first African American woman to win 3 gold medals and to compete in the track and field category. I am Wilma Rudolph.
I was born on August 23rd, 1978 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. In my high school basketball career, I scored 2,883 points. I went directly to the NBA after high school. My first year in the NBA, I led the league in scoring. I won 4 All-Star MVPs. I am Kobe Bryant.
I was born in Carroll, Georgia, 1919 to a family of sharecroppers. My mother single-handedly raised me and 4 other children. We were the only black family on their block, and the prejudice we encounter on Stratton our bond. From this home will begin out the first baseball player to break Major League's baseball color barrier that segregated the sport for more than 50 years. I am Jack Roosevelt Robinson and Jackie Robinson. I'm the first African American woman to play basketball with me. I am 60 years old and 6 feet tall. I was born August 12th. I played with the Harlem Globetrotters and the Lady Jayhawks. I am now a coach at Winfrey University. I am Lynette Woodard.
I was born on September 26, 1981 in Saginaw, Michigan. I was trained with my sister Venus by my father. I started playing tennis at the age 3. I won my first major championship in 1999. By 2003, I won the career Grand Slam. I won 23 major single titles that any man or woman can accomplish in the open era. I am Serena D'Amica Wood.
Let's give them another round of applause. Now we will have the introduction of speaker by Ms. Erica Barker.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Mrs. Cynthia Brewington, a resident of Georgetown County, is an inspirational speaker that has been actively speaking in both church and school programs from an early age. Mrs. Brewington has been writing since a teenager and has written poems, songs, tributes, stories, skits, and etc. She is proud to acknowledge that she was one of the curriculum writers of Dream Quest, which was published in July 2014. This curriculum is used with a program called Pro Team, which is geared at getting middle school students interested in going to college and possibly choosing teaching as a viable career. The course is sponsored by Sierra of South Carolina Center of Educator Recruitment, Retention, and Advancement. Ms. Brewington loves the Lord and is an active member of Mount Olive Seventh-day Adventist Church, where she faithfully serves as head elder, Sabbath school teacher, and women's ministry leader. Family and faith are important to her. She is the daughter of Ms. Bonnie Hutchison, the mother of 2 adult daughters and 1 adult son, the grandmother of 8 grandchildren, 3 granddaughters, and 5 grandsons. She received both of her bachelor's and master's degree from the South Carolina State University. After teaching middle school for 35 years, she retired from Winsburg County School District. In 2016, she taught English language arts, gifted and talent ELA, and protein at Hemingway Middle School. During her tenure of teaching, she was privileged to receive the title of Teacher of the Year 3 times. Ms. Brewington is currently a part-time employee at the Winsburg County School District, where she is an adult education instructor and site manager at Chambers One Stop. She is also employed by Winthrop University as a pro-team curriculum trainer. Each summer, she trains teachers from across the state on Winthrop's campus, and she also traveled to Pittsburgh, PA, and Salem, Oregon to train teachers in the pro-team curriculum. Mrs. Brewington believes teaching is a work of art. She strives to make a positive difference in the life of each child and adult that she teaches. I present to some, introduce to others, Mrs. Cynthia Hutchison Brewington.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'd like to thank Ms. Marcus for that introduction. She was my former principal. And I'd like to thank her as well as the committee for inviting me to share in this special occasion with you today. And I'd like to speak with you today on being inspired to move forward. We sometimes study the past in order to gain a better understanding of other people and places. But the purpose of most recorded history is to draw valuable lessons from which we can improve our own lifestyles. Dr. Leonard Baines, professor of law at St. John's University, points out it's important to know our early history so we can remain steadfast in our continuation of appreciation for diversity. He believes their fight is what made their accomplishments that much more inspiring. African American history is filled with important milestones and breakthrough achievements. Alexander Lucius Twilight, born free in Vermont, was the first Black person known to have earned a bachelor's degree from an American college upon graduating Middlebury College in 1823. Throughout the 19th century, there were several more African Americans who had certain roles in politics. Hiram Revels, who accomplished great success, became the first African American senator as well as the first Democrat. James E. Clyburn from Sumter, South Carolina, is the third ranking Democrat in the United States House of Representatives and has served since 1993. In 2013, Tim Scott, an African American senator from South Carolina, was the first African American senator to be elected in the South since Reconstruction. Senator Scott is also the first African American to serve both houses of the U.S. Congress. No matter how hard it seems, African Americans have had a hard time accomplishing results in politics. It was even harder in the Army. They were pushed into the background, and medals were always bypassed them. African Americans waited for their first general until 1940, Benjamin Davis Sr. The first governor was L. Douglas Wilder in Virginia in 1990. The first mayor was Carl Stokes in Cleveland in 1967. The first Supreme Court judge was Thurgood Marshall in 1967, while the first Nobel Prize winner was Toni Morrison for literature in 1993. Apart from politics and the Army, African Americans have left their mark in many other areas, the most famous being sports, as well as entertainment like the film and music industry. The first athlete to receive an Olympic medal was D. Hart Hubbard for the long jump in the 1924 Olympics. The first African-American doubles team to be named year-end world champions by the International Tennis Federation in 2009 was Serena and Venus Williams. First African-American gymnast to ever win the women's artistic individual all-around at the Olympic Games in 2012 was Gabby Douglas. The first African-American gymnast to ever win the women's artistic individual all-around at the World Gymnastics Championship was Simone Biles in 2013. Kobe Bryant, a professional basketball player with the Los Angeles Lakers, won 5 NBA championships, was an 18-time All-Star, 15-time member of the All-NBA team, 12-member of the All-Defensive team, was named the 2008 NBA Most Valuable Player, MVP, and was a 2-time NBA Finals MVP winner. He was highly regarded as one of the greatest players of all time. The first African-American musician to receive a Grammy was Count Basie in 1958. Together with Ella Fitzgerald the same year, Sidney Poitier was the first to be awarded with an Oscar in 1963. The first African-American with his own TV show was Nat King Cole in 1956. Some of you, I'm sure, remember Christophe St. John, originated the part of Neil Winters on The Young and the Restless and portrayed him for 27 years. He was the longest-running African-American actor to appear on the legendary soap. No matter how hard men had it, women had it worse. However, African-American women also played their part in history. Rosa Parks was surely the most famous and most prominent, but was never given a title for her fight for equality. Also, the first female mayor, Sharon Pratt Dixon Kelly, should be mentioned, who was given a mandate in Washington in 1991. The first African-American Secretary of State in the U.S. government was Condoleezza Rice in 2005. In the film and entertainment industry, African-American women have recorded significant successes. The first Oscar went to Halle Berry in 2001, but the most influential African-American woman in the past 2 decades is surely Oprah Winfrey, who is an American media executive, actress, talk show host, television producer, and philanthropist. She is the richest African-American of the 20th century and North America's first Black multi-billionaire, and has been ranked the greatest Black philanthropist in American history. She has also been sometimes ranked as the most influential woman in the world. Still, all these successes, no matter how big and significant, come anywhere near close to the presidential function. To become president, one needs votes of millions and millions of Americans who have recognized someone's greatness, ability, and strength to be a leader. President Barack Obama managed to do so. That's right, give a clap. And he became the most acknowledged and most successful African American in history. He served as the 44th President of the United States from 2009 to 2017. A member of the Democratic Party, he was the first African American to be elected to the presidency. Michelle Robinson Obama, a graduate of Princeton University and Harvard Law School, an American writer, lawyer, and university administrator, was the first African-American First Lady. The results of the 2018 annual Gallup poll identified Barack and Michelle Obama as America's most admired man and woman. It's good to reflect on the accomplishments of those who paved the way, but we cannot stop with reflections only. We should allow these accomplishments to motivate us and inspire us to press on. I am proud to stand before you today and inform you that I too have some firsts. I was the first of my grandparents' grandchildren to graduate from a 4-year college. I was the first in my family to receive a master's degree. I was the first female elder not only in my church, but district as well. And now I am the first female head elder in my church. These achievements, they did not come easy. I faced challenges, but I did not give up. Why? Because quitters never win and winners never quit. I quote Dr. King as saying, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. So I am challenging you today to keep moving forward. Even when obstacles block your way, don't quit. Use those obstacles as stepping stones and keep pressing on. You're positive. Sometimes you may have to take a detour, but keep moving forward. Your positive actions today can impact your future to be successful with unlimited possibilities. It all begins right now, right here at Kingstree Middle Magnet School of the Arts. You must choose to make your educational journey a successful one. And you can only do that by promising to use each day to the fullest and giving your best in everything that you do. Because you are the one who must take responsibility for your own learning. You cannot blame anyone else but yourself if you do not succeed. You must read. You must study. You must stay focused. You must work to reach your full potential. Not only must you work to reach your full potential, you must also behave in such a manner that your reputation precedes you as positive and not negative. You see, your reputation is in the hands of others, for your past actions will determine how others perceive you. You can't control how others perceive you, but you can control your character. The secret of all success is to know how to deny yourself and prove that you can control yourself. Therefore, you must work hard to develop a character which allows your reputation to be a positive one. We often look at success as an end, but the doing is often more important than the outcome. What you do along the way and how you do it will determine whether you will be successful for yourself and in paving the way for others. Working to get a good education now is an investment in your future. For what you do now will affect how successful you are later. Yes, it may be easier to get something for nothing, but I want you to know anything worth having is worth working for. You must work at developing good study habits. You must work at developing a good character. Hard work really pays, and you must work hard in order to be successful. You can't get anything worthwhile for nothing. You must work hard at being successful, both academically and behaviorally, because Martin Luther King Jr. did not become the first African American to be named Time Magazine Man of the Year, and in December of that same year, awarded the Nobel Peace Prize by doing nothing. Ronald McNair, Dion Bluford, and Frederick Gregory did not become the first African American selected by NASA to be astronauts by doing nothing. Mae Jemison did not become the first African American woman to travel in space when she flew on the Space Shuttle Endeavour by doing nothing. Colin Powell did not become the first African American Secretary of State by doing nothing. Jackie Robinson did not become the first African American to play in the major leagues since baseball became segregated in the mid-1880s by doing nothing. How many of you saw the movie Hidden Figures? Okay? Katherine Johnson, Dorothy Vaughan, and Mary Jackson served as the brains or first human computers behind one of the greatest operations in history, the launch of astronaut John Glenn into orbit, a stunning achievement that restored the nation's confidence, turned around the space race, and galvanized the world. Each one of these individuals and many others like them knew the fact that anything worth having is worth working for, and they worked hard to achieve what they accomplished. So in closing, I'd like to say, you too are destined for great things. The power to succeed is within you. Be inspired and move forward now.
Thank you for the inspirational message. Now we will have Black History and Education. Ruby Bridges, Michelle LeBron.
was born on January 17, 1964 in Chicago, Illinois. I have two daughters, Sasha and Malia Obama, and Princeton University. I've trained the food pyramid and school lunch programs. I'm the most educated and first African-American First Lady. I am Michelle Obama.
I was born September 8, 1954. I'm the first African-American to desegregate an all-white school at the age 6. On November 8, 1960, I was escorted by federal marshals to William Friends Elementary School. They threatened me, they tried to poison me, I had no friends. This situation not only affected me, but it affected my family too. In the end, I became a successful black woman. I am Ruby Bridges.
Now we will have the Little Rock 9 interviews hosted by Oprah Winfrey. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Oprah Winfrey Show. Today, I am hosting the Little Rock 9. The Little Rock 9 are a group of black African-American children that help to integrate the Little Rock Central High School. First, we have
Terrence James Roberts.
Terrence. When were you born?
I was born on December 3rd, 1978.
And when did you join the Little Rock 9?
I was 15 when I joined the Little Rock 9.
How did the students treat you at school?
I got spit on, they threw food at me, and they also commented racial slurs.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, I did, but I didn't graduate from Little Rock Central High. I graduated inside of Los Angeles, California, due to all the facts that all the whites did not want to integrate with the blacks.
Thank you. Next we have
Ernest Gideon Green.
Ernest. When were you born?
I was born on September 22nd, 1941 in Little Rock, Arkansas.
And when did you join the 9?
I joined the Little Rock 9 whenever I had just entered high school in the 9th grade.
How did the students treat you at Little Rock Central High?
They treated me poorly. One kid threatened to kill me. They pushed me in the lockers, spat on me, threw food on me, treated me like I wasn't anything.
Did you graduate from high school?
I did graduate from high school and then went to get my chemistry degree.
How has this experience affected your life?
This experience has affected my life by leaving me traumatized, leaving me with scars I will never be able to get rid of. Things I will never, ever, ever forget to see.
Thank you. Next we have
Elizabeth Eckford.
Elizabeth. When were you born?
October the 4th, 1941.
And when did you become a part of Little Rock 9?
I was 15 years old in the 9th grade.
How did the students treat you at school?
They treated me very poorly.
Did you graduate from high school?
No, I didn't.
Why not?
When an angry white mob threatened to kill me, I quit.
Thank you. Next we have
Thelma Jean Mothershed.
Thelma. When were you born?
I was born November 29, 1940 in Bloomberg, Texas.
When did you join the Little Rock 9?
I joined Little Rock 9 in the 11th grade when I was 17 years old.
How did the students treat you at school?
They treated me very badly. They called me racial comments and made racial threats towards me.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, I did, and I received my bachelor's degree in economics.
What awards did you receive because you were part of the Little Rock 9 students?
I received the NAACP award for my bravery and perseverance.
Thank you. Next we have
Gloria Ray Carmine.
When were you born?
I was born on September 26, 1942.
And Gloria, when did you become a part of the Little Rock 9?
I was in the 9th grade when I joined Little Rock 9.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, and I went to an Illinois Institute of Technology with a bachelor's degree in chemistry and math.
How were you treated at school?
I was treated very bad. People hitting me and people pushing me in lockers.
Thank you. Finally, we have
Minna Jean Brown.
Minna Jean. When were you born?
I was born September 11, 1941.
And when did you join the Little Rock 9?
I joined Little Rock 9 in 10th grade.
Did you graduate from high school?
No, I was expelled after a student spilled soup on me and I yelled a racial slur.
Is there anything else you would like to tell the viewers?
After I was expelled, student passed around a note stating 1 down, 8 more to go.
Well, folks, there you have it, the Little Rock 9. Thank you. I'm your host, Oprah Winfrey. Now we will have a song titled Rise Up by Kelly McLaughlin, Amari Harmon, Kelly McFadden, and Morgan Samuel.
You're broken down and tired of living life in a merry-go-round. You can find a fire, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out and move mountains. We gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise up, hey, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, high like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the hate. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000
they are sharp.
What's the personality?
Go ahead, boys.
I got sunshine on a cloudy day.
Right now.
When it's cold outside, I got a company. I guess you say what can make me feel this way, my girl, my girl. I'm talking about my girl, my girl.
All right now.
On a perfect day, I know that I can count on you. Ooh,
That's not possible. Tell me, can you weather the storm? Cause I need somebody who can stand by me through the good times and bad times. She will always be right there. Sunny day,
everybody loves you. Tell me, baby, can you stand the rain? This we know for sure. This we know for sure. Can you stand the rain? Sunny days, everybody loves them. Tell me, baby, can you stand the rain? Oh, come. This we know for sure. This we know for sure. Can you stand the rain? Oh.
Let's give another round of applause. Now we have Sabrina TLC, Marcus Summers, Michaela Patton.
Wow. Okay. I'll tell you what. You in charge.
Now we have Sabrina TLC, Marcus Summers, Michaela Patton, Amari Harmon.
Supremes TLC. All right. Yes, they do.
baby, baby.
Now we will have a tribute. Now we will have a tribute by David Nonafisi and special recognition.
Who's on it? Let's give Anya a round of applause for presiding. All right, at this time, we have some special recognition that we want to give out because we want to honor some people. And there's some people here today that support our school family and support our students. No one knows who I'm about to call. I did some fibbing a little bit to get some people here that didn't know why I was doing it, but I'm glad everybody made it. And we got some community champion awards that will be given out today. Our first award is going to go to this gentleman. We have, since I've been here my 4th year, we've been doing mock trial. And I'm gonna just put it out there like this. I've been asking local attorneys, no one showed up. Until this year, my former student came and practiced tirelessly with our students. This was the best that they ever performed. He taught us the decorum, things that we didn't even know. The kids were a little mad with him, but he was getting them to do the right thing. And for that, I so much appreciate it. And our first award is gonna go to Mr. Sean Swinton. Let's give him a round of applause. And it reads, "In appreciation for your unwavering efforts to assist our school students and staff in preparation for the South Carolina Bar Middle School competition. Mr. Swinton, thank you so much." Ms. Doris, you have to come on up. You got an iPhone, you can get that? Let's give him another great round of applause. And since I've been back, one of my closest allies in the community, she's been a staunch supporter of the middle school, especially in the arts, and she's also helped us with some initiatives that we have through our STEM program and Donor's Shoes. She's been a champion for this school, and I just really appreciate her. At this time, Ms. Solanda Sue Ham Hammond, please come forward. Or Sue Ham Baby. Yes, I thank her so much. Again, this is our first year. We had just 2 retirees that have been working with our students to help us with our MTSS program. Trust me, I'm trying to get there to retire one day. But you know, when you can go home and you just still have that passion to come out, and they've been coming out every time, every day. They even came before they were even supposed to come. So I want to recognize these ladies. Our first one will go to Dr. Beverly Smith. Can she come up? Come on up here, Dr. Beverly Smith. I had to trick her. She's not supposed to be here today. I said, please come back. And she said, only for you. I just want to thank her so much. And it says, in appreciation for your unwavering effort and dedication to assist our school students and staff, Dr. Beverly Smith. Let's give her a round of applause as well. And along with, she does the ELA, she helps us with our ELA, and our next recipient is Mahalia Dukes. Ms. Dukes, please come forward. She's going, yeah, thank you. She said, Mr. Callaway, I don't have time to play this young man right here. I'm here to work, Mr. Callaway. Yes, ma'am, I got you. Ms. Dukes, let's give her a round of applause. Thank you so much. This next young man is a great asset to our staff, but also the community. He's doing great things. He's a fine role model for these young men here. As you see these guys, these ties on. I whispered in his ear, he didn't know why, because I wanted him to know that this is his day too. Not only is he doing things here, but he was responsible for bringing some opportunities to the youth. AAU football, Shrine Bowl. None other than Coach Jason Myers. Come up here, Coach. Y'all give it up for him again. He does such a wonderful job. I love this guy. Thank you. All right, at this time, the Peterson Washington family is here. We know that we lost a great staff member in Ms. Peterson. So right now, we want to do a special tribute to her at this time. Daviana, could you come forward, please?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
On February 13, 2020, we lost one of our very own, Ms. Lily Peterson Washington. In memory of our beloved Ms. Washington, or as some may call her, Ms. Peterson, I would like to take a moment to explain why she was one of the most devoted and caring person I ever met. Ms. Peterson, as I called her, would always try to help us understand what other adults was trying to say when we may have taken it the wrong way. When we get into trouble, she would try to prevent us from getting a write-up or suspended. When someone disrespected her, she ignored it and kept on going on about her day, even helping them if they needed. Ms. Peterson helped students in many ways, but especially with projects. She takes time out of her day to help students with projects, even when she didn't feel well. Ms. Peterson is definitely missed, but I know she wanted the best for all of us, and is still here with us in spirit. Ms. Peterson was a very strong and independent woman that I looked up to and considered to be my role model. Let us today carry on her legacy in our hearts as well as our actions. We salute you today, Ms. Peterson, as a woman of honor. Thank you.
And because of the hard work and dedication that she gave to the school and this community. Started a award in her honor. And the first recipient, family members, please come up. Come on up, family members. Rosalind, come on, family, come on up. Come on up, come on up, come on up, come on up, Dad. Y'all come on up, Mom, come on up. So, each Black History program, we're going to give out the Lily Peterson Washington Award for the staff member who shows that same dedication that goes above and beyond for the students. So the first recipient of the Lily Peterson Washington Award goes to Miss Mariah Griffin Wilson. Please give her a round of applause. Come on, Miss Wilson. Miss Wilson, before school, after school, the weekend, that same unwavering effort that Ms. Peterson and Ms. Washington gave to us, she demonstrates that same thing. Let's give her a round of applause.
The leadership team, and the staff and students of KMSA, we would like to thank everyone for making this celebration a success. Special thanks to all program participants. Thank you, Ms. Brewington, for that wonderful message. Mr. Campbell, outstanding job with providing music from the KMSA chorus. Ms. Jones, Ms. Esther Knight, and Ms. Doris. Magnificent job with the decorating, creating the tribute and program. Ms. McBride, Ms. Oliver, and Ms. Sayers. You rock as the Black History Committee action team. Once again, to our honored guests, thank you for your love and support. There is an old Chinese proverb that states, it takes a village to raise a child. The faculty and staff of KMSA applaud you in taking the steps to become an active leader in our village. Student achievement is the heart of education, and learning is not possible without your dedication, support, and selfless service. As champions for children, you are making a priceless investment in our lives. Once again, thank you all. Now we will have a song by the KMSA Choir.
I wasn't going to get back up, but just the first two stanzas, lift every voice and sing. If everyone can just stand at this time, we'll sing the first two stanzas. Thank you, students. Thank you very much. Thank you.